The entire problem with Elon Musk, like every action he's taken, everything he's done, everything he's said, I believe comes from a place of him desperately wanting to be a celebrity. He's not trying to be like a billionaire in the way that, Bill Gates is. He desperately wants to be a celebrity. He's done it through cameos. He's done it through interviews. He wants to be a celebrity. He wants people to love him. He needs the recognition for what he's doing. The doing is not enough for him. He needs the recognition. And that has, unfortunately, he's given us too much access to him, and we've seen too much of his personality, because now a lot of people realize they don't love his personality. And it has led him to make some really, really gross decisions. Like, I think ultimately he really despises the media because of their coverage of him and his companies. Again, largely because of the access he's granted to himself and the curtain he's pulled back on his own life out of wanting to be a celebrity. So one of the, I believe, motivations for Twitter was that so he could help guide narratives. He could become a bigger celebrity, and he could stamp out a lot of the media's influence because of what a big successful news aggregator Twitter has been. He's managed to, in his eyes, democratize journalism. He's an advocate for citizen journalism, which honestly, if you think the media is the enemy and they're constantly having to make shit up and they have ulterior motives, like, you think that stuff does not apply to the average person? Like, we've seen plenty of influencers that will make up insane stuff for the sake of views, and they're not held accountable because it's frankly just them. That's one of the reasons why you have so many of these little social media first outlets that it's just one person. They don't even have a website, and they'll just post news on Twitter or Instagram or wherever as if it's, solidified news. And they'll see it somewhere, like as a random note somewhere on Reddit or on TikTok, and they'll present it like it's news, and it'll appear in a social media feed with the exact same weight and presentation as these franchise establishments that have a history of fact checking and legitimacy. So he has destroyed what Twitter is as a news source in order to, I believe, stamp out critics and promote his own narratives. And again, all of this, I believe, stems from him desperately wanting to be a celebrity and wanting to be loved. Anybody who wants to be a celebrity, like wanting to be famous, wanting to be a celebrity, different than wanting to be rich. Everybody should want to be rich in an ethical way. But I don't think anybody should want to be famous or a celebrity who doesn't have something extremely wrong with them that they desperately need some kind of validation, and they're looking for it in exactly the wrong place. Because I can just about guarantee you that anybody who achieves that status is not fulfilled in the way that they want to be. There's just no fucking way. We've already seen that he has definitely some trouble keeping his personal affairs in order, for better or worse. They're very much aired out in public. Again, I think by his, it's his own fault for being chronically online. But, he's suffering from like Reddit brain. He basically is a Discord mod who bought a social media platform and has billions of dollars, allegedly. To be completely honest, I'm pretty sure Elon Musk is broke. Remember when he made that joke that he would like, didn't he say he would buy Wikipedia if they changed their name to Dickipedia? He would buy them for like $1 billion. I guarantee you, because that's the same mistake he made with Twitter. He's like, I'll buy Twitter for $40 billion. And then they were like, bet. And he said, bet. And then they were like, okay, here's the paperwork. And he's like, wait, no, never mind. And then they said, well, how about fuck you? You have to do this, or you have to pay us a bunch of money for making this false claim. And he was like, fine, fuck, I'll buy it. So it's like he's about to get himself into another situation with Wikipedia, but it's not for sale, luckily. But I can almost guarantee you that came off as him saying some shit like that to make it seem like he still has $1 billion to throw around. He did not have the money to buy Twitter. He got a lot of investors that are not going to see their money back. He has lost almost all of Twitter's worth in a year. Nearly all of it. And he's desperately trying to build it back up now, but he doesn't have the money to do even to buy like Wikipedia. I honestly think all of his money, like, also, by the way, people like that who are billionaires, they're not liquid. We know this now thanks to, TikTok and people being very open about their money and finances. They're not liquid. They are constantly borrowing money against assets or having to liquidate stock. Like, they operate in debt because debt you cannot tax. If you borrow money, you can't tax that money. So like very, very rich people are constantly borrowing against assets that are appreciating and making more money. So he's in that kind of situation. So I don't think he has like a bunch of money laying around. It is possible that he is kind of cash broke, especially if he's like desperately trying to repay some of his investors, because they're like, where's our fucking money that you convinced us to give you for this insane purchase that is not working out? So you tanked one of the most popular social media platforms in the world that was one of the greatest news aggregator services of all time. I think he's broke. And the Wikipedia joke thing was him trying to act like he's not broke. So that's, generally speaking, that is my problem with Elon Musk. And I think what is guiding all of his missteps. He wants to be famous. He wants to be loved. He wants to be recognized. Doing the thing is not enough. And he's shown us just way too much of who he is. And we ultimately, it's not a good person underneath, unfortunately.